Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about things that I sold this past week on eBay, and then I'm also going to tell you about the top things that I sold in February. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sherry, and I buy things to sell on eBay to make a profit. I have a full-time job, so this is only my part-time job, but I am working to make it something that I will eventually do full-time. So let's just jump right into things. You know, last week wasn't the best. Hold on, my computer decided to shut off here all of a sudden. Right when I start. Okay, so anyway, last week wasn't the best. I didn't have a huge amount of sales, and most everything that I sold was pretty small. I had actually two really good sales. So the first thing I sold last week was a Harry Potter crochet kit, which I have on the screen here. I bought two. I bought one Harry Potter and one Frozen. They were pretty cheap, like $2 or $3, and I knew they would sell really quick, so I really wasn't worried about my $20 rule. And sure enough, I sold my Harry Potter one within the first 24 hours of listing. It sold for $21.60 plus $8 shipping. With fees and everything, I made about $8. Just a quick flip, $8 I wouldn't have had in the beginning. So I also sold some Revere Wear cookware. This is a Pro line model that I sold. When I saw these, I knew immediately they were high end. I picked them up and they were really heavy. Flipped them over, sure enough, Revere, which is a great brand. If you ever see anything with Revere logo on it for cookware, if it's a decent price, pick it up. When I say a decent price, $5 or less, sometimes depending on what it is, you can go 10, like if you find a stock pot or something like that, or something a little more rare, like be like the double boiler. You don't see very many of those, and some of the real full copper items, those are worth a lot more too, so I would pay up on those. But these Revere Wear, the older ones, the classic Revere, have the copper bottom on them, and the Pro line does not have the copper bottom, but they're also they're just very heavy, and I think they might have some copper in it. I'm not quite sure on that. Those of you who follow me know that I had purchased $500 of Lularoe Clothing last summer, and I've been slowly selling it off. Well, this past week I sold 6 items of Lularoe, and those 6 items, got them on the screen here around me, I made a profit of $86 off of those, so not too shabby. I know Lularoe is kind of going out. Lularoe is, you know, something you wouldn't want to buy at a thrift store or something like that, but for just over $1 a piece what I paid, they were worth it to me. So, and I'm still selling them. Right now the spring dresses are selling quite well. I've been selling them on average of $25 a dress. And I'm getting ready to break out the tank tops. I have a box of tank tops as well. This last week I listed on Marketplace for people to buy a mystery box of leggings. So I haven't had any hits on that yet. I just wanted to test the waters and see. I said I would package up 3 leggings for $30. I bought this up here on your screen. You'll see it's a sweater. It's an Anthropologie brand sweater. It's full. Sold for $35. I bought it for $5 just a couple of weeks ago. And after selling fees and everything like that, I profited about $15 on it. Okay, so next up, my husband actually found this item, the Helly Hansen ski suit. It's a vintage piece. I think it was from the 90s. It looked like it had never been worn. I mean, you could just touch something and tell that it's never been worn or washed. The Velcro was spotless. There was no hair or any fibers in the Velcro. I listed it for $175, and actually, no, I don't think I listed it for $175. Did I list it for more than that? I think I think I originally listed it higher and I ended up taking a best offer, and I'm not seeing what I paid for. Yes, I listed it higher and I got 175 out of it. And with shipping costs and eBay fees, this one is one that I paid shipping on. I ended up making a $96 profit off of that. That was awesome, and I almost passed it up. I actually walked by it when I was thrifting, and then my husband stopped and he called me back and asked me if I wanted to look at this, and I ended up buying it. So bravo to him. Okay, so moving right along here, the faux leather jacket, that was something that I thought would sell a lot quicker than what it did because it's unique and very pretty. It ended up selling for $32. And once again, I paid shipping on that, so my eBay fees and everything were $12.35. Leaving me with $17.65, and then of course I purchased it for about $5, so I ended up making only about $11 off of that one as well. The Converse tennis shoes, those are the first purchase that I have tried retail arbitrage on. I bought those at Ross for $20, and I've sat on them for several months. I bought those, and I have 3 Levi's jackets that had a price tag on them for $180 price tags on them, and I got them each for $16, and I have not sold any of those yet. I have them listed for like $65 right now, so no luck. We'll see what happens. But anyway, back to the Converse shoes. One of the first items I purchased at Ross to flip. Had them for several months, and they finally sold. They sold for $63, I believe. Here, I'm going to click on this. No, they sold for $75. And my total sale ended up being $63.28. I paid shipping on that as well. So I do consignment work. As I had discussed in a previous video, I will take consignments. I'm kind of choosy on what I take. I charge 40%. The next item here, the Hummel Figurine, is part of a large consignment I took last summer. These schoolboys have been listed probably since last summer, and I started them high. I had seen some that sold for about $200, and these have set for quite some time, so I sent out a best offer, and somebody had taken them. So they actually sold for, let me look here. Sorry, I thought I had this gone. Not showing it because I took a best offer on there, so I'm trying to figure out. I ended up, after fees and shipping, making $103 on it. I paid shipping on that as well, and then of course you're going to take 40% off of that, so the rest will go to their rightful owner. So when I do consignment work, I generally wait a month. I let all the sales happen. I wait for the shipping and for the buyer to not want to return anything. And then about once a month, I calculate what I owe the person, and I'll send them their money. This one's pretty easy. I work with the person, so I'll just see him, and he's not in a huge hurry either. Sometimes you get people who you consign for, and they're just on you all the time about their sales and everything. I'm pretty lucky with this one. He's pretty low key on it. He had boxes of these things in his garage for quite some time, and he was just happy to move all those boxes to my house. So anyway, we're good on that. I sold a Cabela's jacket. Cabela's is not an item that I normally pick up. I happen to have had that one given to me by a friend. She gave me a box of things and told me to sell it. I can keep whatever I made. It was just out of her hair. And so I made about $3 profit on that. But you win some, you lose some. I had it priced higher. I ended up selling it for like $20. No, wait a minute. Yeah, no, I sold it for about $20, and I paid shipping on that one as well. See, I think I'm just kind of taking it in the shorts with shipping. I am going to play with that a little bit, and I'll let you know how it goes. If my sales decrease or if they stay the same with the shipping being charged to the buyer. Last but not least, last week I sold a 16-gram vial of Mount St. Helens ash. So I was around when Mount St. Helens blew back in May of 1980, and my dad and I collected jars and jars full of ash, and they've been sitting in the garage. This past year was the anniversary, like 40-year anniversary of Mount St. Helens, and everybody was talking about it, so I just decided on a whim to bottle up some ash, and so I did 36 bottles of ash. I spent $10 on getting all the little glass vials. They have little cork stoppers in them. And I put them all together and measured them out, and I've listed them all for $5 a piece. And I think I have 7 left out of those 36 vials. It's taken me nearly a year to sell them, but it was worth it. I mean, I think by the time it all said and done, if I sell all 7 of them, I will make about an $80 profit after buying the vials and everything. So I told the girls I work with that I would buy pizza once they all sold for our office, because they thought I was crazy for trying to sell Mount St. Helens ash, that nobody would want them. I'm proving them wrong though. I'm gonna have all of it sold here soon, just 7 more. I actually sold 2 more vials yesterday, so on my way to getting all of those gone. Okay, so I am going to talk about February. Oh my gosh, February. So, I don't know, February was a weird month. I did not sell a whole lot. I did more than I did last year in February, but I was just kind of getting back into the eBay game again, so that's not saying a whole lot. But sales were pretty slim. I'll go over some of the top sellers for you. So taking a look at the month of February, I guess it's not that bad. It just seemed that way. My total sales were $2,151.83. Out of that, $112.53 went to pay taxes and government fees. My selling costs, eBay fees, and shipping, etc. was $693.58, leaving me with net sales of $1,345.72. Not too bad for a part-time gig. Definitely the Helly Hansen jacket that I had mentioned was probably the best sell that I had in the month of February. Going down here, I'm gonna just try to just do it off my computer here and see what some of the best sells that I had. I sold a lot of Lularoe last month. I kind of was a little slow on listing Lularoe for a while, so last month I kicked it up and I sold several pieces of Lularoe. Made several $100s off that alone. I mean, lots of dresses, springtime dresses. I started listing those and they have been selling just about as fast as I can put them up. So that's one thing that I am thrilled for selling. Oh, my vintage Malaya Honolulu Hawaiian dress. That was definitely one of the highlights of last month. I sold it for $90. I picked it up for $29 and some change. Well, $30 with tax. That's part of my $22 initial investment that I turned around to buy. I ended up profiting over $50 by the time it was said and done. So I was pretty thrilled about that one. Another good sale that I had last month was something that I got for free. It was a Secret Comics Japan, right up there. The comic book or graphic novel, I got that for free, as I said, and I sold it for $55, and then I paid shipping on that because it was media. Didn't cost me very much. Anyway, I profited $40.51. So yay me on that one. Anything that I can get for free and sell for $50, I'm all over that. I sold some Harley Davidson leather chaps. Those were another consignment item. I sold them for $125. And of course, I made 40% off of that. Actually, the profit was $114.97. Buyer paid shipping on that one, so I did a lot better. So the seller was pretty happy about that. I had this Nissan promo jacket that I sold. I found that at Goodwill. I paid about $5 for that, and I ended up making a nice little profit, about $20 when all is said and done. These shoes were a pretty good find, I think. At Cole Haan, they had Nike So they have Nike soles, and I sold them for $65 as well. And I can't remember exactly what I paid for them at Goodwill. I'm thinking I paid like $10 or $12 for them. So not too bad. I profited about $30 on that one. And that one I also paid shipping on as well. So you know what? If they would have paid their own shipping, I bet they probably would have sold as well. So we'll see. Jury's still out on that one. And then I also sold some Miss Me jeans. That was in the same consignment lot as the Harley Davidson leather chaps. And I sold those for a little over $50. And so I'm giving 40% over to her. This one they paid their own shipping on, so I didn't have to worry about that. That was nice. I put all of my jeans and my clothes, I fit them in a flat rate padded envelope. Gosh, I think just about every item of clothing that I sell, other than the large coats and stuff, can fit in a flat rate padded envelope. Even the larger pants, if you fold it tight enough, it'll ship in that envelope. And they, you know, with the eBay discount, it's just under $8 for shipping on that. So that's not too bad. I usually on those items that I know are going to be over a pound and are going to go into that envelope, I usually charge the seller a flat $7 shipping on that. I eat the other 81 cents or so on it because I just kind of round that up in the price. I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, so that is what has sold for me. Wasn't the biggest month I've had, but I guess it wasn't the worst month I had, February. So far, the first week in March has started off great. I've had some really good sales so far. Sold some more cookware and sold some more Lularoe. I'll be selling Lularoe probably for the next year or two unless somebody just comes and buys it all from me, but I don't mind. So I'm pretty excited about that. I have 2 big garage sales I'm going to go to this weekend. I have one on Friday that starts at 7 a.m. So I'm going to get up bright and early. I'm going to try to get there a little bit early and hopefully find some good things there. A local realtor is having the sale, and I know she has some pretty nice clothes. So we're just going to see what she's got to offer. And then there's a really big sale coming up on Saturday, the next day starting at 9, and I have a feeling it's going to be crazy. She was going to have the sale on a different week, but she said she's had such a huge response of people wanting to come look at her stuff that she's just going to open up the sale this coming Saturday. So I'm definitely going to have to get there early for that. I have a feeling there's going to be some resale competition out there. So anyway, thanks for tuning into my video. I appreciate everybody who tunes in. If you like my videos, please hit that like button and subscribe for future videos. I'm going to be doing a video here in the near future on how I wrap fragile items. I sell a lot of vintage Pyrex and of course those Hummel figurines. And so I'd like to show you how I get them to their buyers safely. Thanks again for tuning in. Bye-bye.